Awesome. Okay, today I wanted to get into the Emerald Tablets. First, I'm going to get into the Emerald Tablet of Hermes Trismegistus. Um, I've had different copies, but this one is edited by Bart Marshall. I'm not going to go over the introduction of the Philosopher's Stone yet. I'll do that later. Um, but the translation is by M. Doriel. The book that like a lot and that I've read a lot is the one by M. Doriel. Uh, yeah, this one that I ordered that came in the mail is by Bart Marshall, edited by Bart Marshall, and he put in the Emerald Tablet of Hermes Trismegistus, which in the version of I think the one that's just by M. Doriel, it doesn't have that in there. So I want to go over it a little bit. Well, this part. It says, oh, and when it comes to, other people or reading things, you always want to have discernment and, um, not just going, oh, all of that's true. Because your higher self will recognize things that don't match, that don't, you know, sound right. Reason. So I'm going to start it. So the Emerald Tablets of Hermes Trismegistus. This is the truth with no shadow of untruth. Of this there is no doubt. As it is above, so it is below. As it is below, so it is above. So that's the space that we're in. It's the physical or material, and the spiritual astral is the same. It's both together, and so it's all together. And also, I know I'm going to be getting more into it, but when I did the meditation that Thoth was talking about, I could see that I'm an energy in space that is, and everyone is, but we're all connected. So it's kind of like what it looks like is like the universe, and with all the different, I don't know if you'd call it stars, but energies of light that are projecting this place, the images and everything here. So the as above, so below. Above and below are one. Make one whole of something. So when I see it also is the different energies or the lights are like all firing off, kind of like what you see what the brain does. But yes, we're all connected and we're all working together. But yourself, or I didn't see myself as the other lights. I just saw myself as one being with everyone else, but connected. So here lies the keys to all miracles. As above, so below, as within, so without. As with the universe, so with the soul. All that exists is one. And I believe that's makes up a whole thing. You know, we are legion, we are many, but make up, you know, consciousness. Not saying that make up everything. If I'm saying that right. By the prime will of the one, a creator emanates, causing separate things to appear, each evolving and reproducing while maintaining one unity. It says its father is the sun, its mother is the moon. Which also something that happened to me recently. It was really strange. But for like people that don't have like a father figure or mother figure, or that father energy or mother energy, that does exist. Doesn't have to mean you're a biological parent, but that energy does exist and is with you. It was born of the womb of the sky. So it says that its father is the sun, its mother is the moon. It was born of the womb of the sky and nursed at the breast of the earth. It's the source of all works of wonder and the cause of perfection throughout the universe. Its power on earth is absolute. It is the fire of undivided spirit. Separate the fire of the spirit from the earth, the subtle from the gross, prudently, with artful discernment and wisdom. Ascend with shrewd genius from earth to heaven. Then descend again, newborn to earth. Receive unto yourself the power and efficiency of heaven and earth united. In this way you shall be imbued with the illumination of the whole universe. Darkness shall flee before your light. This is the power of all powers. It masters all that is fine and subtle. It overcomes all that is crude and hard. This is how the world came to be. By this same process, marvelous operations can be carried out and splendid work achieved. Because I embody the trinity of aspects compr- comprising all universal wisdom. I am called Hermes Trismegistus, the thrice-born sage. Thus ends the revelation of the work of the sun. I've read. Um, I didn't understand it well, but I can go. I need to go over it more. It's the some of the books of Egypt. I'm trying to remember what they're called. Um, I want to say Day of the Dead, but I know that's not it. It's the Book of the Dead, and there's some more. Hmm, okay, so that's the end of the Emerald Tablets of Hermes Trismegistus, and then it goes into the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, the Atlantean translator preface. Okay, let's do the preface of the tablet. The history of the tablets translated in the following pages is strange and beyond the belief of modern scientists. Their antiquity, why am I doing that? Their antiquity, I want to say antique, is stupendous, dating back some 36,000 years BC. The writer is Thoth, an Atlantean priest king who founded a colony in ancient Egypt after the sinking of the mother country. He was the builder of the Great Pyramids of Giza, erroneously attributed to Chepos. In it, he incorporated his knowledge of the ancient wisdom and also secret records and instruments of ancient Atlantis. For some 16,000 years, he ruled the ancient race of Egypt from approximately 57,000 BC to 36,000 BC. At that time, the ancient barbarous race among which he and his followers had settled had been raised to a high degree of civilization. Thoth was an immortal, that is, he had conquered death, passing only when he willed, and even then not through death. That I will get more into is in the Emerald Tablets, of that you can actually stay as long as you want in the physical form that you're in or that you want. You stay here as long as you want and then pass when you want. Go to your natural form. I'll get more into that. That's later in the tablet. It actually talks about it and how to do it. His vast wisdom made him ruler over the various Atlantean colonies, including the ones in South and Central America. When the time came for him to leave Egypt, he erected the Great Pyramid over the entrance to the great halls of Amenti, placing in it his records and appointed guards for his secrets from among the highest of his people. In later times, the descendants of these guards became the pyramid priests, by which Thoth was deified as the god of wisdom, the recorder, by those in the age of darkness which followed his passing. In legend, the halls of Amenti became the underworld, which with the halls of Amenti, I'm not 100% yet, but I'm thinking that's talking about the astral realm, which is also the physical and astral is a part of the same. So, but the halls of the gods where the souls pass after death for judgment. During later ages, the ego of Thoth passed into the bodies of men in the manner described in the tablets. As such, he incarnated 3 times, and his last being known as Hermes, the thrice born. In this incarnation, he left the writings known to the modern occultists as the Emerald Tablets, a later and far lesser exposition of the ancient mysteries. The tablets translated in this work are 10, which were left in the Great Pyramid in the custody of the pyramid priest. The 10 are divided into 13 parts for the sake of convenience. The last 2 are so great and far-reaching in their import that at present it is forbidden to release them to the world at large. However, in those containing herein are secrets which will prove of inestimable value to the serious student. They should be read not once, but 100 times, for only thus can the true meaning be revealed. A casual reading will give glimpses of beauty, but more intensive study will open avenues of wisdom to the seeker. Let's see. They should be read not. Okay, yeah, I did that. But now a word as to how these mighty secrets came to be revealed to modern man after being hidden so long. Some 1,300 years BC Egypt, the ancient Chem, which Chem is Egypt, but I think it also is alchemy, like a word for alchemy, was in turmoil, and many Delegations of priests were sent to other parts of the world. Among these were some of the pyramid priests who carried with them the emerald tablets as the talisman by which they could exercise authority over the less advanced priestcraft of races descended from other Atlantean colonies. Now, when it talks about exercising authority over people, it's more that if you have higher consciousness, higher knowing, it's not like you're just bossing people around. You're having people see the truth and be greater. Okay, the tablets were understood from legend to give the bearer authority from Thoth. The particular group of priests bearing the tablet immigrated to South America where they founded a flourishing race. The Mayans, who remembered much of the ancient wisdom. Yeah, they also say that there's been many pyramids around in the land of the world, the world, which I've seen some of them. Among these, the priests settled and remained. In the 10th century, the Mayans had thoroughly settled the Yucatan, and the tablets were placed beneath the altar of one of the great temples of the sun god. After the conquest, okay, hold on, the sun god. And I also believe back in the day, they called many things a god because it has consciousness, it is a part of the all. Um, like the sun, cats, trees, all the different things that you can see that's projecting. It's a thing that's projecting an image. And you can also take essence from certain things and create stuff, and it'll have part of that essence of that being or that energy. But yeah, they called, people certain gods, uh, the water a god. If you get into animism, see that more too. The air is a god, fire is a god in the sense of you got to see that it is an energy. It is here. It is real. It is alive in its own way of what it's doing, what it can do. Just like I said, humans can do different things. Cats, different bugs, everything. Actually, yeah, I think even the Beatles were called a certain god. Everything. After the conquest of the Mayans by the Spaniards, the cities were abandoned and the treasures of the temples forgotten. It should be understood that the Great Pyramid of Egypt has been and still is a temple of initiation into the mysteries. Jesus, Solomon, Apollonius, and others were initiated there. The writer, who has a connection with the Great White Lodge, which also works through the pyramid priesthood, was instructed to recover and return the Great Pyramid, the ancient tablets. This, after adventures which need not be detailed here, was accomplished. Before returning them, he was given permission to translate and retain a copy of the wisdom engraved on the tablets. This was done in 1925, and only now has permission been given for part to be published, if it is expected that many will scoff. Yet the true student will read between the lines and gain wisdom. If the light is in you, the light which is engraved in these tablets will respond. Now, a word as to the material aspect of the tablet. They consist of 12 tablets of emerald green, formed from a substance created through alchemical transmutation. They are imperishable, resistant to all elements and substances. In effect, the atomic and cellular structure is fixed, no change ever taking place. In this respect, they violate the material law of ionization. Upon them are engraved characters in the ancient Atlantean language, characters which respond to a tune through waves, releasing the associated mental vibrations in the mind of the reader. The tablets are fastened together with hoops of golden color alloy suspended from a rod of the same material. So much for the material parents. So much for the material parents. The wisdom contained therein is the foundation of the ancient mysteries. And for the one who reads with open eyes and mind, his wisdom shall be increased 100-fold. Read, believe or not, but read, and the vibration found therein will awaken and respond in your soul. In the following pages, I will reveal some of the mysteries which as yet have only been touched upon lightly, either by myself or other teachers or students of truth. Man's search for understanding of the laws which regulate his life has been unending, yet always just beyond the veil which shields the higher planes. From material man's vision, the truth has existed, ready to be assimilated by those who enlarge their vision by turning inward, not outward, in their search. Inward, not outward. Close your eyes, look in, and you can see the universe. That's what I did. See who you really are. Yeah. Okay. In the silence of material sense lies the keys to the unveiling of wisdom. He who talks does not know. He who knows does not talk. The highest knowledge is unutterable, for it exists as an entity in lanes which transcends all material words or symbols. All symbols are but keys to doors leading to truths, and many times the doors is not open because the key seems so great that the things which are beyond it are not visible. If we can understand that all keys, all material symbols are manifestations, are but extensions of the great law and truth, like spelling. We will begin to develop the vision which we enable us to penetrate beyond the veil. All things in all universes move according to law, and the law which regulates the movement of the planet is no more immutable than the law which regulates the material expressions of man. One of the greatest of all cosmic laws is that which is responsible for the formation of man as a material being. The great aim of the mystery schools of all ages has been to reveal the workings of the law which connect man, the material, and man, the spirit. The connection link between the material man and the spiritual man is the intellectual man, for the mind partakes of both the material and immaterial qualities. The aspirant for higher knowledge must develop the intellectual side of his nature, and so strengthen his will that is able to concentrate all powers of his beings on and in the plane he desires. The great search for light, life, and love only begins on the material plane. Carried to its final goal is complete oneness with the universal consciousness. The foundation in the material is the first step. Then comes the higher goal of spiritual attainment. In the following pages, I will give an interpretation of the emerald tablets and their secret, hidden and esoteric meanings. Concealed in the words of Thoth are many meanings that do not appear on the surface. Light of knowledge brought to bear upon the tablets will open many new fields for thought. Read and be wise, but only if the light of your own consciousness awakens the deep-seated understanding, which is an inherent quality of the soul. M. Dorio. Okay. So let's see where we're at. 24, 22. I wonder if I should get into the history of Thoth, the Atlantean. I'll probably do that next time. But I want to do this for the truth seeker, the truth seekers out there, and those that maybe can't read as well, and like visuals and can listen and hear. Uh, so I like to do that uh, for everyone. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. And I'll holler at y'all later. Bye.